The 2020 Section 5 Class B1 championship game pitted Finger Lakes East foes Geneva and Waterloo. Top-seeded Geneva came into the game with a record of 18 wins and 4 losses. The Panthers had won 4 straight, including a dominant performance over Hornell in the semis. Waterloo, the number 3 seed, the Indians had won 10 of 11 and edged Newark 4 days earlier, 51-49. Waterloo's only loss in the previous 6 weeks was a 4-point setback to Geneva.
We knew that they were very hot from 3, and that was their win or go home kind of mentality that they were coming in. We knew we had to box out because they're just as big as us, but we knew that we could handle them if we played at our pace, fast pace and all that.
Hard work, had to work. That's it, man. That's it. I had to work.
We have to guard them. They have 5 kids that can shoot, so we can't ever relax, and you saw it there late. They hit a couple threes, and we relaxed, and we can't do it, and usually we bring intensity every game, so I knew we could do that.
Parker Bassard and Liam Ryan paced Geneva early, as the Panthers took a 17-11 lead going into the second quarter. Waterloo's Michael Hubbard scored twice in the early part of the second stanza. But Geneva did not surrender the lead and used a 12-4 run to open the second half to take its largest advantage of the game at 40-29.
Well, I said in the locker room that, we let them hit that, that 3 just before half, and I hate that. And so I said we got to lock down. The defensive thing is we weren't scoring like we did the other night against Hornell. We weren't getting what we wanted. So I told them we had to amp it up on defense and keep them from scoring and hit a few buckets. And again, every time I ask these kids to do something, they've done it. And it's just a phenomenal group of kids. I love them to death.
Matt Desering said, our coach, he said, we need to really emphasize defense, help, box out, and that's how we're going to win the game. Because if we let them get hot, it's going to be tough. But that's what Matt said. He said, help side. He knew we had to talk more. That was what we were working on all week, is talking, switches. We knew it would be loud in here, so we'd have to talk more.
You're coming off a game where you scored 27 the other night.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were focused on what you were doing. How did you counter that out there today on the floor?
I knew they were going to come at me, so I know I had to play harder than I did last game.
He knew that he needed to score for us to win this game because he's been our leading scorer all year, and he knew that if he got double teamed down in the paint, we got shooters all over the court, he would pass it out to him, and he had confidence that they could make the 3.
Waterloo again closed the gap.
I think they all were, battling. I think Devin Felber got a lot of rebounds for us, a lot. I think Johnny Lawrence sparked us off the bench too, hit some big shots, which I think helped, bring us back. I think Brian Oddie off the bench did a good job on the top of our press. And then we had Kyle Saluka was getting to the basket. Julian Ruiz, who has been our leader all year, is just, he had so much pressure on him today from the pressure, and I thought he handled it pretty well. And Mike Hubbard did a lot, knocking some shots down, getting some things inside. So I think we had a lot of guys step up at the end.
Martin scored 12 points, including a pair of free throws with 6.3 seconds remaining to seal the victory.
Well, we discussed it all week that we knew they were going to try to take him away, double team him, whatever they had to do and do that. And so, we told him that he's going to have to fight through it. He's not going to have to lose his cool. He's going to have to play smart, and he does that. He just loves to play the game, and it's a great thing when you have a kid that's that athletic and can make plays for you. So, it makes my job easy.
For Waterloo and first-year head coach Tim Darnell, being the program's first trip to the finals since 2001.
They had talent from last year too, so I'm glad that we were able to keep building on that and taking it a step farther. Personally, for me, this is my 5th trip, and I haven't been back in 12 years, so it was great, but more for the kids. I'm glad they were able to experience this. I mean, this is a one-of-a-kind thing, and they have a memory now they can share with themselves and their families the rest of their, their life.
P1 championship trophy to the Geneva Panthers.
From Blue Cross Arena, this is Paul Gotham for the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College.